Hello and welcome to Reimagining Montgomery. I'm Azadeh with Jolene and Cong. We will explain our plans for the future of the drivers of change in Montgomery include our population increase, demands on our auto-oriented transportation system, needs to improve our underutilized public spaces, and needs to prepare for climate change. Our future vision for Montgomery is a connected, resilient, and dynamic community, a great place for all to live. Our approach will be to connect through placemaking and find a balance between density, connectivity, and open space. Land use density and built form. We aim to provide more housing and commercial choices to attract a diverse population. We strategically place the density along the main street corridors to encourage movement and active life on the street and support local businesses, create continuity and coherence in the built form, and promote resilience. This map illustrates the arrangement of the current land use districts in the community. Here you can see the suggested changes to the land use. We are proposing more commercial and mixed use along Bonus Road and at the two ends of the 46th Street. We are also modifying the Secor code on 16th Avenue. Moving on to the housing. This map shows the proposed densification area and the placement of each housing typology on the ground. The single-family lots will be replaced with higher density types. The rationale behind this placement will be explained in the calculation section. The duplexes will be concentrated in this area on the map. Townhouses and row houses are indicated on the map. Multifamily low-rise buildings will be placed in this area. Multifamily medium-rise is indicated on the map. Considering the population growth, Montgomery will need around 970 new units by 2042. This table demonstrates the calculations on the distribution of new units between different housing types. After calculating the development trend, we balance the outcome numbers with the density required for a good urban form. After excluding the lots that are not in priority for development, areas are allocated to the four housing types. This is an example of locating the mixed-use multifamily buildings along Bonus as the main intensification corridor. Moving to the commercial use, we aim to create a destination with a diversity of businesses, including local independent shops, more coffee shops, restaurants, and food services. Older or vacant businesses should be renewed. We need to rebuild older shops to provide affordable commercial space and invite new businesses. Some of the proposed interventions are indicated on the map. Number 1 shows adding the new neighborhood node to the main street. Number 2 proposes a commercial link between 16th Avenue and Bonus Road via 46th Street. Number 3 indicates reducing the allowable height of the designated Secor area from 22 to 18 meters or 6 stories. Number 4 shows how we suggest creating a connected commercial body along 16th Avenue. Number 5 is about revitalizing the Safeway area. Number 6 suggests adding businesses to the sides of the intersection on 16th Avenue and 43rd for placemaking purposes. And finally, number 7 shows adding a section of mixed-use district to 19th Street to connect with the commercial core in the west. These diagrams represent the overall proposed massing along Bonus Road. Here is the shadow analysis along Bonus Road in March, June, and December at different times of the day, placing the taller buildings on the north side of the street and suggesting setbacks on the upper floors has helped reduce the shadow casted on the public realm.
Thank you, Azadeh. Now we will turn to mobility. Our goals for mobility include sustainable, inclusive, and safe year-round options. We will demonstrate improvements to the pedestrian, cycling, transit, and vehicle networks, following the city's sustainability triangle, placing walking as a top priority. A few of our key interventions, summarized on this map, include addressing the issues of excessive speeds, traffic shortcutting, and pedestrian safety and connectivity. Using a road diet strategy, we propose lane narrowing, as the map shows. Our goal is to change the character and feel of these roads, making them desirable connections and destinations. Lane narrowing makes room for pedestrian islands. Along 16th Avenue, we suggest a planted center median and side medians, as shown. Narrower lane widths gently guide vehicles to travel slower and will reduce the highway feeling. Lane narrowing along 16th Avenue plus pedestrian islands will change the highway look and feel to an urban boulevard. This will also facilitate crossing 16th Avenue and join the two sides of the community. Lane narrowing can occur at the same time as road resurfacing for cost savings. Lane narrowing will be paired with several types of traffic calming, such as tabletop crossings shown here. These are to be added along Main Street as the map indicates. These crossings can reduce cut-through traffic, increase pedestrian safety, and take back Main Street as the place to be. Montgomery currently has few transit amenities. Creating a local transit center, as shown on the map, will offer additional year-round amenities. Situations as shown here must be avoided. Seasonal improvements include covered bike storage, heated bus shelters, additional lighting, and smart charging stations as shown. This map reveals needs for the cycling network, and we propose a shared bike lane along Bowness Road. This bike lane is needed as a backup for the regional pathway system in the event of future flooding. We will improve connectivity, including the upcoming pump track, while supporting year-round cycle access. The proposed bike lane shares space with the main BRT route, which is a priority for snow removal. Here we see how lane narrowing will accommodate a bike lane. Lane narrowing will slow traffic along Bowness Road and improve the character of Main Street. This bike lane links to an existing one, taking cyclists beyond Montgomery. One strategy we have designed is loops for groups. This is a series of loops in the community used to arrive at key destinations. For example, Loop B, a shorter beginner loop, covers 3 kilometers. This loop caters to families and travels around Shoaldice Park with stops along the river, community playground, and the pump track. Key destinations are marked on the map. Our pedestrian improvements include pathways. There are gaps in the sidewalk fabric, as pictured here, needing upgrades. We have also mapped out 6 needed river access points. Continuing with loops for groups, we have 3 pedestrian loops to accommodate all ages, traveling to key community locations as marked on the map. These include stops along Main Street, the community garden, and more. Loops for groups will include a local wayfinding system of consistent materials as shown here. Along Main Street, a contrasting pavement treatment is suggested for visual unity. In addition, trail posts and map signage will help with navigation. Moving on to public realm, including parks and open space, our goals for this area include a connected, diverse, and resilient green space. On this map, we can see sites of open space interventions, including linking the green network, a green infrastructure strategy, phytoremediation sites, riverfront re-energizing, and new spaces for places. It is important to have regional connectivity regarding green spaces to enable users to travel through and on to additional destinations. In these maps, we can see how we will link the various green systems, which also benefit urban wildlife. Our green infrastructure system will include a diverse number of features as shown in this matrix. The matrix further details where each of these features function appropriately. In this map, you can find an improved connected network of street trees, where we identify needed areas for densification. We will make a strategic plan and prioritize trees for phased implementation.
Moving on, we wish to address a large number of gas stations in Montgomery, 6 to be exact, as shown on the map. These locations are subject to a large amount of pollution, and we suggest phytoremediation to help retrofit or redevelop and deal with the contaminated lands. This is a process whereby over time specific plants stabilize and biodegrade contaminants. Here in these images we find a number of phytotechnologies which each act in a different way to remove contaminants. In Shell Station, we can clearly see how specific plants can be placed to retrofit the gas station and help to remediate the contaminants. The proposed hedgerow helps to define the edge of the gas station. In that way provides pedestrians a safe buffer from the pollution source. For the Husky station along Main Street, we propose a redevelopment to eliminate the gas station entirely. This is supported by Policy C13 in the Montgomery ARP. This will be over a two-stage process in some time. Stage 1 begins with phytoremediation, followed by Stage 2, a mixed-use building. Moving on, we find ourselves along the river across George Gale Park. This is our prime site for riverfront improvement, founded in the need to prevent further bank erosion. We will be upgrading this area with a set of flood-proof stairs and accessible ramps with a floating bridge and calm, shallow wading pool. In this image, you can imagine how this space will take shape, providing much-needed river access for Montgomery. At Montgomery Community Hall now that the connectivity has been improved, we will improve the amenities it offers to create a great place people will flock to. We propose a year-round festival canopy which will have multi-functions. In winter, it can cover and shade the outdoor skating surface to prevent it from premature melting in our Chinooks. In the summer, it can function as a gathering place for community events, festivals, performances, and more. On the side of the canopy is a gentle hill which can serve as a safe toboggan hill in the winter. The variety offered with these amenities are great from day and night use. The heritage homesite shown here is suggested for redevelopment to add community identity. This lookout will include a picnic pavilion and interpretive signage. The adjoining Heritage Rock Garden will host meandering pathways around the Heritage Carolina hedge and include 9 focal gardens with themes including a children's garden and a pollinator garden. The garden will feature species flowering from spring through fall. For the community, we need improved access to the river as a place to build community identity, but we also offer opportunity to program underutilized park space on both sides. The second anchor for placemaking is at the intersection of 16th Avenue and 43rd Street. Here is a location where the residents come out of the community and walk or bike towards the riverfront. We're proposing an underpath with mobile food shops on both sides. Fitness facilities such as a climbing wall will be installed in the underpass to support the recreational loop. Public art and interactive lighting are also part of the design. And this is our last placemaking anchor. By lane narrowing, the main street will transform into a green main street with vibrant land uses on both sides and a range of flexible civic spaces for short-term installations. It also features intensive plantings, special pavement, heated awnings, patios, and playful street furnitures. Seasonal changes will bring changes into the activities on the street, offering year-round and day and night events. To conclude, we have provided details and design options for you, Montgomery, to address changes in your community. These details cover a range of housing options, improvements for connectivity, and upgrades to the open spaces to add identity to Montgomery. Montgomery has a great many places with a promising future. It is up to you as resident to decide how you will embrace it. Thank you.